All right, this is Ubaid on behalf of Electronics, and in this video, we'll talk about how the society can expand consumption in general. Okay, so in the last video, we talked about productive and allocative efficiency, where productive efficiency had to do with producing goods without wasting them, as a result of which, as you move away from the production of one good, you're able to produce equivalent quantity of the second good. Okay. Apart from that, we also talked about allocative efficiency, where you're producing based on aggregate demand. Okay, so supplies based on aggregate demand. Okay, you're producing what the society desires the most. You're producing a quantity, the supplier is producing a quantity that the society desires the most. In this video, we'll talk about how the society in general can expand production. Okay, so this has to do with expansion of production. All right, so this is expansion of production. Now, when it comes to expansion of production, you have two options. The society in general, two options. Number one has to do with being more productively efficient. Okay, so being more productively efficient. So this has to do with suppliers. Okay, and when we look at our production possibilities frontier chart, okay, this is good A, this is good B. Okay, as you shift your production away from good A, you're moving towards producing good B. All right. However, as long as you're on the curve, okay, you're productively efficient because the raw materials that you're using for good A are now being used for good B, which means the raw materials are roughly the same. The natural resources, the raw materials, the precious metals, whatever it is that you use for the production of good B stays the same. Now, that's a theoretical world, so to speak. Okay. However, in the real world, okay, we do have wastage. Okay, as a result of which, okay, this point over here, assuming this is point B, this might become point B1. Okay, where the firm or the supplier ends up wasting raw materials because of whatever reason, let's say inefficient machinery, okay, because of errors and omissions by workers, okay, because of other reasons, okay, as a result of which, okay, you do have wastage of raw materials, resources, and precious metals, which means as you shift your production away from good A and move towards the production of good B, you may not have enough raw materials and resources to produce good B, okay, because your wastage, okay, of raw materials and resources went up. Okay, as a result of which you wasted raw materials which you could have used for the production of good B, which means you ended up producing less of good B. Okay, and this is productively inefficient. So this is productively inefficient. It's not efficient at all. Okay, this is productively inefficient. All right, so the first step is being more productively efficient, where the society figures out that it has been inefficient, the suppliers figure out that they have been inefficient. Okay, and as long as they produce their goods and services, as long as they produce goods and merchandise, okay, on the production possibilities frontier curve, as long as they go along the curve, okay, then they should be able to reach their target. Okay, they should be able to produce what the society wants. They should be able to produce good B. They should be able to allocate all the resources without wasting any or little, okay, resources, okay, when it comes to production of good B, right? So, okay, this eventually, okay, will push the production possibilities frontier curve outward. Okay, and this is what's called expansion of production. All right, so as the company or the suppliers, okay, or as the firms within a country keep producing products with productive efficiency, eventually they will expand this curve outward because the society will be able to produce more, right? As they mine more raw materials, as they mine more um, precious metals, for example, they're able to produce more, okay, as long as the firms are productively efficient. All right, and the second way you can expand production is through improvement. So this is improvement in productive efficiency, improvements, improvements in productive efficiency. When it comes to improvement in productive efficiency, again, the net result will be the same. It will push the production possibilities frontier curve outward. Okay, and this can be done via two ways. Okay, number one, okay, is to improve the technology in general. So you have improvement in technology. So this is improvement in technology, result of which that we know you have economy of scale. Okay, your cost of production goes down. Okay, you're able to produce more. Okay, but at the same time, okay, your productive efficiency also goes up because if you have an improved machine or gadget or tool, it's possible that that tool or gadget or machinery will be able to produce without wastage. Okay, so it will waste less and produce more. Okay, as a result of which your productive efficiency goes up. Okay, and this is how you can expand the PPF curve. You can shift the curve outward towards the right. Okay, and this is how you expand production. Now, the second way you can expand production, okay, would be through, okay, let's just say economic growth in general. Okay, so this is economic growth. Okay, so we've talked about the components of GDP, gross domestic product, such as personal consumption, capital investment, okay, government spending, net exports, so on and so forth. So as the economy grows, okay, the nation is able to mine more raw materials, resources, and precious metals. Okay, so raw materials, okay, raw materials, they go up. And because you have more materials to start off with, okay, more materials and more demand within the society for finished products and services because of the economic expansion, because the consumers are able to consume more, because there's more money in their pocket. Okay, what's going to end up happening is, okay, you will have an expansion of supply. Okay, so supply will expand. And as long as these suppliers are producing on the production possibilities curve, and when it comes to two products, for example, they should be able to expand the production possibilities curve outward, okay, towards the right. All right. So that would be it when it comes to expansion of production and production possibilities curve. This is Obey. Have yourself a great day.